back around, right around the original line of scrimmage, close to it. So they'll be faced with the same situation. You got to get some breathing room out there. Naturally, they're hoping they can get a first down and keep it going, but their main objective right now is to at least give the punter some room.
Another handoff, just playing it safe. Maybe a yard on that carry as they unpile.
Tried the left side of the line that time as you look at some of the Sachs cheerleaders cheering on their cats.
But hasn't affected the crowds at all, has it? We heard some people from, those that were not in favor of bringing the championships to a neutral site, concerned about the crowds. But I would dare say there are at least 4,000 maybe across the way from on the Blount side of the field, and at least that many from Sachs. Big burst right up the middle, nice first down yardage, and Sachs will retain possession of the football as Martez Gibson chews up some big yardage. We'll see it on the replay. Big hole there.
That was a big play. Look at those guys open up just enough room for him to get through. Look how he keeps both hands on the football, doesn't want to risk coughing it up deep in his own territory, and they got that first down, moved those chains, they get to keep the ball. That was a big play by the Wildcats.
Clock moving now under 40 seconds here in the first quarter. 3-0 our score. Blount on top thanks to a 31-yard field goal. They'll go back to Knopp this time. Check that, excuse me, that was 4-4. Lawrence Bradford, not 41. Picks up a couple.
Line guys angle block, pushing them all to the left, giving him just a little bit of room there. Pick up of just a yard. It's second down at 9 for the Wildcats.
Final play of this first quarter. That will do it. 3-0 our score. Blount on top here in the Class 5A state championship game from Legion Field. Second quarter action coming your way in just a moment.
Choose our rocks. It was a stone gas. Cool, it's cool as ice, man.
Shoes are located in the Esther Oak Shopping Center at 3690 Airport Boulevard. For over a decade, Hills Children's Shoes have provided footwear for kids from infants to teenagers. They know the importance of comfortable, durable shoes for children of all ages. Sneakers, sandals, dress shoes, school uniform shoes, dance shoes, and even cleats for soccer and baseball. We have popular shoe lines from Stride Rite, Willits, Bass, Keds, LA Gear, New Balance, and many more. Don't forget accessories like shoestrings and hair bows, all at Hills Children's Shoes on Azalea Road next to Service Merchandise. Let your kids grow up with us.
Along with Lee Tracy, I'm Chris Stewart, back with you at Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. The Class 5A state championship on the line. It's actually the Super 6 championships, and they're being brought to you by the following presenting sponsors: the Alabama Power Company, Buffalo Rock, Mountain Dew, Birmingham News, the City of Birmingham, South Trust Bank, Sports First of the Baptist Health Systems, Steel City Crane Rental, Thompson Caterpillar, and also by other participating sponsors: Nike, Hibbett Sporting Goods, Allegasco, and Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama. Our thanks from ACN to those companies for making the Super 6 championships history being made here in Birmingham this weekend.
Doing a good job of it, too.
Well run. Something we have come to expect from championships here in Birmingham. We see Graham on the carry, and he's got nice yardage. In fact, DeJuan Graham has got a first down for Sachs High School, and that is just their second in this football game.
That was the DeJuan Graham we were looking forward to seeing. You see his speed getting to the outside. Nobody touches him until he's about 8 yards downfield. Goes out of bounds, but not before he picks up the first down.
Taking a look at the first half numbers: 5 first downs for Blount. Only 1 in the first quarter, I should say, for Sachs. 10 carries, 44 yards for Blount. Sacks countering was 7 for 33. The Blount Leopards 2 of 7 through the air, 31 yards. No yards passing as of yet for Sacks. One interception, however, was thrown by the Wildcats, and we've got another flag, and not certain about that earlier game today, Lee, but we saw 2 games last night fairly cleanly played. Not many penalties, at least until late, but we've had quite a few here in the early going.
The same earlier today. It was only a few penalties in the first game today. We were commenting about that during the broadcast.
Illegal procedure, the call against Sacks once more. That is, I believe, their 3rd just on this drive.
And they've had a couple of good gainers in between those, trying to maintain some consistency, though.
That'll make it 1st and 15 now, back to the 27-yard line. Good look at Josh Green, the quarterback. He'll go to the air. Got a receiver there. It's complete. Up near the 37-yard line, and a whole bunch of cats were around him. That was Roger Hargrove, the junior, 6'3", 190, coming down with that catch.
And look as he comes back to the quarterback. You do that, and the quarterback puts it in the right place, it's going to be complete every time, and it was that time for a good pickup.
And you're right, a very good read on Hargrove's part, because they had plenty of coverage back near that first down marker. Three mid-in coverage for Blount. He just came up, made the little 5-yard pickup, or actually 10 yards. When you count the penalty prior to that. So it's 2nd and a long 5 from the 37. The handoff to Knopp, nothing there.
Well, the Leopards stuffed that play right at the line of scrimmage.
Clock at 10:37 and moving as you take a look at Josh Green, senior quarterback, 6'2", 190 yards coming into this contest. He had thrown for over 1,300 yards on the season, 18 touchdown passes. Hargrove and Debo, the 2 primary receivers. We've already seen Hargrove come up with a catch. The only completion of this game thus far for Sacks. 3rd and 7, we'll call it. Green to the air. He's got a receiver, and he's got the first down. Into Blount territory. That was Debo.
We get a flag back in the backfield, and while they have that, that was just a perfect play, pass and catch by the quarterback. It's going to be brought back, though. Holding is going to be the call, but that was one of those plays like the pros. Watch this now as Green throws it before Bo makes his cut, throws it to a spot, and Bo is right there to get it, right between 3 Blount defenders. Unfortunately for Sacks, somebody was holding.
Yeah, I think it was left guard there, guard or tackle, Cadle, I believe. But in his defense, he's trying to preserve the life of his quarterback, and that was about all he could do. It's a long game. You may want to go ahead and use one of those and take the penalty right now as you see him bring him down.
Yeah, I believe it was David Cadle, and you're right. His quarterback would have been in deep trouble had he not held on that play. So that's one of those, I guess you have to call it a good penalty. Even though it brought the play back, you don't want that to happen. Still, his quarterback was in deep trouble had he not held.
Lee, we've got a timeout. While we've got an opportunity, I'm going to ask you if you would to slip that headset off, and we're going to bring in Sam Goldstein, one of the physicians on duty here with Sports First of the Babas Health System. Dr. Goldstein, thanks for stopping by.
Sure thing.
I know this is a fun time. Babas Health System and Sports First pleased to be a part of the Super 6 championships, but your role here to try to make sure everybody stays healthy, or when they're not healthy, you can make sure they've got the best medical attention possible.
Yeah, we're just hoping there's nothing for us to do. We had a little action in the last game, and unfortunately changed the game a little bit, I think. But it's really a great thing, I think, to have all these kids here in town, and I think it's great for the kids, great for high school football.
You got, I know your regular trainers here in attendance down on the field, but physicians such as yourself here as well.
Yeah, we have physician coverage with myself and several other physicians from my practice. Dr. Flanagan, Dr. Calley will be covering some games, and we have 6 or sometimes 7, 8 athletic trainers, certified trainers with us here to work on the field.
It's an enjoyable opportunity, I would think, to get out and come see some football, as you said, at the highest level in high school in the state of Alabama. But as you said, hoping you don't have to do very much.
Right. I came to watch football, and hopefully that's all we'll have to do for the next 3 games.
Appreciate you stopping by. Again, I hope you don't have to do very much. Stay up here with us. There's more of a chance of me getting hurt, I think, than anybody else.
Well, I hope not. That's a long fall.
That's true. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
Sam Goldstein, one of the physicians here in attendance with the Baptist Health System. We appreciate him spending some time. Good grief. We got to start checking passes at the door with some of the other folks that are coming here with him. It's Sports First, sponsors of many things we do here on the Alabama Cable Network, and we appreciate what they're doing with this broadcast as well. Big third down play, 3rd and a bunch. They go safe with Graham on the handoff, and not a lot there. And Bobby Joe Johnson just deciding after the hold, let's just go ahead, don't make a mistake, punt it, and hope our defense can come up with something.
Yeah, I believe that's what went into that decision-making process right there. And a good job by the Blount defense. Number 52 for Blount is the guy that turned it inside, Jared Ellis, and there was nowhere on the inside for Graham to go, so did not work offensively for the Wildcats.
2 men deep for Blount. Larry Casher, number 14, Kennard Pugh, number 4. And the punt is a low, wobbly kick that both return men very wise in just getting away from it. Starting off on your own 38, not bad field position at all.
That's right. Even though the punt, while it didn't look very pretty, it wound up pretty good from that situation to get it out at least to that point, but a good starting point also for Blount. And again, the pressure's on the Sachs defense to try and stop the Leopards and not let them increase that lead. So far, Sachs has done a good job. They're the decided underdogs here, but they're only trailing 3-0. The defense has done a wonderful job, and if they could get a turnover here, they'd be in great shape.
Aaron James has 3 wideouts in the game, but he'll hand it off to Morissette, and he's got running room across midfield into Sachs territory near the 42-yard line. Jermaine Morissette, this 5'9", 175-pound senior. I think they're fudging on that 175 and probably a good bit on that 5'9".
There's some of that speed, and more speed you were talking about, Chris. He is right.
Who's this freshman, Deshaun Foster? I think he's going to have a big day.
Little inside 4-1-1 there, huh?
That's right.
Keep an eye on Mr. Foster.
I believe that is number 66.
And of course, as normally happens, we don't have that on our roster. 68 is the half not having to do much. You see the trainers are attending to Thomas right now.
Well, it's 66.
I think
Chris.
it was originally 68 before he got hit, and he lost. He got bumped down to 66, but we're not certain who that is. We'll try to check at the half to see who number 66 is, but it is good to see him be able to go off. Obviously, he's shaken up as he's having to be helped off the field, but we'll check on who he is, and then hopefully he'll be able to return to the ball game. 8:57 time on our clock here in the first quarter. 3-0, Blount on top. It has been a defensive struggle thus far, and Lee Tracy, as we discussed, also pretty much a game of field position. The majority of this contest has been played in the Sachs in the field.
Yeah, and they're going to be in trouble if that continues. They really need to find a way to reverse that. Blount could strike at any time from that close.
Morissette went for 20 yards on the last one, and there's a fumble, and let's see, Sachs has it.
Well, there's the turnover I was talking about. They gave up a big play first and then got the turnover. Here, watch the hit, though. The hit is what caused it.
Boom.
Good hit, helmet right on the ball, and we got red people all over the ball.
I think that was David Cadle that made the hit right on the football, number 73. And was it 55 that came up with it?
I don't know. There's Big David right there.
He goes back, and when you've only got about 30 guys at the most dressed out, you have to turn around and do double duty if you're one of those big linemen. Big play for Sachs as they take over. 1st and 10 on their own 36. But great pursuit by Blount defensively, just not allowing any running room at all for Chris Cheatwood.
We talked about the Malones, the big, fast defensive ends for Blount. And when Sachs tries to go wide, they're there. And they turn it inside, and then there's nowhere to go.
Officially, they have credited the forced fumble to Gary Vaughn. He's the senior, 6'1", 190. Give him the credit for the hit. Nice having the official stats right here in front of us.
Sure is.
This is almost like driving automatic pilot. Pair of wideouts up top. And they'll go to the air with it, and we got a complete pass into Blount territory. The good throw from Josh Green to his wideout, Roger Hargrove, and they found a little seam there in the middle of the field and picked up the nice yardage.
I tell you, Chris, I've been very impressed with Josh Green and his receivers. That was it. Green knew he was going to get hit. Watch again. He knew he was going to get belted by Malone right as he releases it, but still manages to put it right on the money, and Hargrove brings it in even though he was covered pretty closely. Good throw and catch.
Clock ticking under 8 minutes now, 7:50 and moving here in the second quarter. Sachs trailing 3-0, trying to change that. They go on the pitch to DeJuan Graham, and he is knocked down hard right at the 48-yard line.
Darrell Williams made that hit that won't be forgotten too soon.
Or it may not be remembered. He may have hit him so hard.
True. Oh, feel that one up here.
2nd and 10. They'll actually mark a few inches of a loss there. Wide outs to each side of the field. Hargrove up top. Bow the wide out to the near side. That's the direction the quarterback will look, but it's tipped and picked off. No.
Oh boy.
Coming up almost with the interception was Clausell Brown, the junior linebacker, and just as I was calling it an interception, he was ready to run with it and forgot the little fundamental. Bring it in.
Well, I'll tell you, he's got to be upset with himself. Aaron looked like he was going to get it. It was almost too easy.
Josh Green awfully glad he gets that one back. So he got popped just as he released the football. Now 3rd and 10. From the 47, the eye set with wide outs to each side. On the delay, that's Graham. Graham on a nice call. You're right, down to about the 41-yard line. It is still about 4 yards shy of the first down, but a little bit better situation, and you've got the option to go for it here. Maybe not as dangerous, but Bobby Joe Johnson wants to play field position now.
Exactly.
He can punt it and pin Blount deep, hopefully.
You're absolutely right, Chris. That's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to reverse that field position deficit. They've been fighting the whole half. I really thought he was going to pick up the first down when they first gave him the ball there, but a good job of pursuit by the Leopards defense.
Shows how quick they are in reacting. Green will go from quarterback to punter. 4th and 4. Last kick traveling 45 yards, and this is a pretty kick as well. The good roll, it will be a nice kick for Sachs, and that's exactly what they got. Down at the 13-yard line. Blount will take over there, 1st and 10 with 6:11 on the clock here in the second quarter.
That could be, they didn't get anything on the turnover, but at least they got that field position situation turned around. Now if their defense can stop them here, they get the ball back around midfield, and they got a chance to drive down and score before the half. Of course, if you're Blount, they are so explosive. We've seen all kinds of players on their team that have the ability to strike fast and from anywhere on the field, so even though they're pinned deep, they could score on any play.
They will go with a 3 wide out look, but James will leave it with the fullback, and Lott just barrels his way for about 4 yards. 4th carry of the game for Antoine Lott. A little bit surprised, frankly, to see such a low-scoring game, and as you said, Blount so explosive that could change at any time. But although both teams have very good defenses, Blount allowing just an average of right at 6 points a game, and Sachs just under 14 per game. These two squads have both put a lot of points on the board this year.
Yeah, it is a little bit surprising it's being held down so far.
We're a little bit reluctant to say that, especially when a guy like Morissette has the football. He jukes and jives and brought down around the 27. That is enough for the first down.
And that's what I mean. You're right. We haven't seen many points, so it hasn't been explosive from that standpoint. But you can see even on that pickup of 6 or 7, he shows watch the cutback ability and the speed. So you know these guys could strike at any time, and that puts a lot of pressure on the Wildcats defense.
Clock at 5:15 and moving. 1st and 10 from their own 27. Blount trying to add to a 3-0 lead, and James to the air. Got a receiver out there and may have another first down as he finds Marlon Reed once again. 2nd catch for Reed.
Good quick out pattern here. He throws a bullet right on target. Moves the chains again. We got 2 darn good quarterbacks in this ball game, Chris.
Look really solid, don't they? Very comfortable back there in the pocket. The numbers are not that great. James just 3 of 8 for 43 yards. Josh Green 2 of 4 with an interception. So you get the feeling those numbers are going to improve.
Well, and James' numbers are skewed a little bit because he tried the bomb, what, 2 or 3 times and just missed it each time.
They had that almost column.
Yeah.
He would be looking pretty good right now.
But he's been close enough to scare you, knowing that one of these times he just might hit it.
2nd down, we'll call it 7 as they spot it right at the 41-yard line.
Calling the shots on the sidelines. What do all those signals mean?
Stop them. 4.5 to go before intermission. 2nd and 8. They'll leave it to the first man there, and a flag on the play. Generally, Lee, the area where a hold will be called.
Yeah, they threw that right in that massive humidity right there, where there was a meeting of the players there, and that is a hold. It is against Blount. They'll walk it back.
Just the 2nd penalty on Blount this half. 1 for 5 yards. Sachs has been penalized 4 times for a total of 28 yards. Those 28 yards have come in crucial situations, or potentially crucial situations, back near their own goal line, and also after a big offensive pickup, another holding call stopping a drive. Second down and 16 as the mark off brings it back to the 32. James to the air, throw a little swing pass to Morissette, who's got running room. Morissette across the 45, across midfield, and down to about the 47-yard line. Right out of the backfield. Boy.
Over that way and cleared out the right side for Morissette. He got the ball, then cut it back toward the middle, but picked up a lot.
James, plenty of time, finds 2 receivers. One of them makes the catch and stays on his feet near the 25-yard line, as making the catch was DeAndre Green, and that's his 2nd in this ball game. But Lee, I'm not exactly sure that's the way Blount drew it up.
It was almost like he intercepted it from his teammate. Watch this. He stepped right in front of him. They were both right together there. Obviously, because James had so much time, the receivers had broken off their patterns. They were just trying to get open. They wound up in place. But, you know, James doesn't care which one of them catches it.
Throw it. When you got 2 receivers there, throw it right between them.
Pretty good odds.
Pretty good odds. Also, the odds pretty good that you'll find Alabama men's and women's basketball, also gymnastics, here on the Alabama Cable Network. 1-888-823-9972 is the number to call if you'd like more information about the broadcast schedule here on ACN for University of Alabama athletics, men's and women's basketball, gymnastics, also being broadcast on ACN. If you're a cable operator or a cable subscriber and you want more information, there's the number to call on your screen. Quite a few dates this year on ACN of University of Alabama Crimson Tide athletic events.
Yeah, what does ACN have? 35 total dates, I believe.
I think you're
I
right.
think it's 35.
A couple of them been cut into already, but a lot more to go.
Yeah, a couple of the men's game already been very enjoyable on ACN, and many, many more to come.
From the 26, 1st and 10 for the Blount Leopards.
Coach Johnson rolling up the sleeves there. He said, hey, guys, we got to get to work now.
Three wideouts again in formation, but again, though, they'll go to Morissette. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. He'll score. Touchdown, Blount.
Beautiful, beautiful run by Morissette. He broke a couple of tackles, and he made a couple of more miss him. And give credit to the right side of that offensive line. They were the ones that opened it up in the first place.
A 26-yard touchdown run by Morissette, and you're exactly right. The line gave him the initial hole, but the rest was all on his own.
That was a thing of beauty. Just a beautiful run by Morissette. And that was that explosiveness we were talking about, Chris. Sacs defense has done a pretty good job against them, but just like that, 26 yards, 6 points.
Twan Hill on to try the PAT. It's up, and it's no good.
They almost blocked it, and I think it disturbed him enough that he yanked it. Here it is again. Look at the hole he's got to start with, and then the rest is Morissette. He just pushes away from that guy, breaks that tackle, cuts it back to the inside, nobody left to get him.
I'm amazed at the running strength of a guy, again, as I said, listed at 5'9", 175, and I think they're fudging a little bit because I don't think he's quite that big, but he plays about 6'3", 290
yeah.
as far as the strength.
With the speed of the 5'9".
Right.
Guy.
Nice combination.
And the moves.
I'm 5'9", a little more than 175 with the speed of 6'2", 290. Fortunately, I don't have to play anymore. 9-0 is our score. Blount on top of Sacs High School in the Class 5A state championship game. The man you just saw on your screen, Bobby Joe Johnson, the head coach, hoping his team can come back and give him victory number